Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Grester, and I'm here with Sam and Eddie. And today we're going to be discussing about the different operating systems, which are Apple, Android, and Windows. With our first question will be, why are these phones so prominent and so popular within the industry, or among people? We'll start with Eddie.
I think people just go for either Apple or Android because people have this human nature of wanting to blend in or fit in. So if someone sees someone with an Apple or an Android phone, they're obviously going to lean toward more getting one of those two phones. So I think it's just like the human instinct of wanting to fit in and not being outcasted. Yeah, left out.
Alright. What about you, Sam?
I would say kind of coming off of what you said, kind of the same for me. I didn't really get it because everyone has it. I kind of got it just because the way it looks. I mean, it's sleek, it's small. I don't like huge. Bigger isn't always better to me for phones, but like it's just amazing. Like it has everything in it, app stores, music, and I think that's what attracts people. Like.
So do you think the operating system had nothing to do with it? It was just mostly because
Yeah,
it was very mainstream, so that's why people wanted to get these because they were popular?
That's another reason why people could do it. That's not why I got it. The operating system is awesome. It's fast. It's like easy. It's mobile.
Okay. What makes these phones great?
Oh, well, like she said, the operating systems, I think that's what makes them stand out even more. Like Windows phones, you don't hear anything about the operating system because it's non-existent to a lot of people. On the other hand, you hear Apple, the new operating system, iOS 8, just came out today. People are able to download it. Same with Android, KitKat 4.4. That's what you hear most of the time, especially when you're reading like tech blogs and all these kinds of news sites. But you don't hear anything from Windows phones. It's the operating systems that are dominating the market right now.
All right. Do you think the company should update their operating systems more often, or do you feel like they should stay with one operating system for like a year or two and wait for an update? Like, how do you guys feel? What's your take on this, Sam?
I think updating is like the best thing. I mean, you don't want something that's been around forever, because there's always something new that's like out there. Always something that needs to improve, get faster. That's what people like. If you keep the same old thing, people aren't gonna buy it.
Alright.
Same thing with her. Like updating it yearly is ideal, because new things come up every day, or anything that you think of something that could make it better. You want to update it for your consumer, so you can stick with that consumer and not so you won't lose that consumer for another rival.
Alright.
So I think that'd be best for them to update it.
Okay. I personally feel like, for instance, Apple, the iOS 7, I feel like they could have gone with it one more year because I felt like it was good. I don't feel much for the change for iOS 8. I felt like they could have kept on going there for one more year, and then maybe next year revamp their whole operating system. Alright. Which do you think is the best operating system out there out of the three?
Well, if you're gonna ask me, I'm always gonna say Android, KitKat 4.4.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, not to throw any shade or anything, but Android did come up with the NFC capabilities that now iOS 8 or the iPhone 6 is going to be able to do, which means with Android KitKat 4.4, you are able to pay with your phone on the different stores that Apple just announced.
So they're the ones that did it?
They did it before Apple. They have an IR blaster, which is on the phone itself, which can be remote control. So you can change the channel without looking for your remote control. You can change the cable box, the TV, the DVD player, which, an added bonus, you can actually change the channel at restaurants, which I have done before, which, just freaks people out.
Just go to Walmart.
Change the channel.
But yeah, I mean, it has a lot of capabilities, such as the smart caller ID. So I don't know if you guys have ever gotten like a phone call from an unknown number you don't know.
Yeah.
That what the smart caller ID actually does, it looks through the Google Maps system, and if it's in business, it'll tell you what business that is, and it'll come out as the caller ID. Like for instance, Talon Marks, let's say Talon Marks had a phone number, and they were calling you and you didn't have it saved on your phone, it will come out as Talon Marks on your phone because it went through that system and it looked for the caller ID for it.
What about you, Sam?
Well, iOS 8, of course, which is new. I would say iOS 7, but iOS 8 is obviously going to be better. So, basically because it has so much, like the AirPlay, AirDrop, and then like the Touch ID. I mean, you could open your phone like just like that, Android, you have to like wait. Which way did I do it? It's kind of hard. It takes a while. If you forget it, you're out of luck.
It's annoying sometimes.
Yeah,
I
mean.
that Android.
Then on the iPhone, if you forget it, I mean, just wait a minute. You're good. Just do it again. And then it's fast. It doesn't get stuck. Usually, Android users, a lot of them would say something's wrong with my phone. It keeps getting stuck. It keeps turning off. Battery doesn't last that long on Androids. Battery lasts probably like 8 to 10 hours on an iPhone. So.
For Windows, I feel like Windows still has a lot to. They still have. I give them about 2 years and they'll be up there. They still have a little bit more to get better at. But when it comes to operating systems, I could go either or. I mean, you got the Galaxies over here of the world, and you got the iPhones of the world. They're both great operating systems. They both get the stuff done. For instance, Android does, like the Galaxy, it does so many things that you're like, holy crap! Like, I can't believe it does all this stuff. While the Apple, it perfects everything that you want it to do. Windows, for instance, they still have a little bit more to catching up to do, but they'll get there eventually. I'm hoping they will. So this has been the podcast for the three operating systems. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, like us on YouTube, and see you next time. Peace.